And we are live. Hey everyone, welcome back into another episode of the Daily Disney Discussion. I took a second, I'm actually eating. As I'm talking to you guys, I apologize. Well, I hope everybody's doing really, really well. 1 second, we need more light. Yay! Open up the window. That way I can get the light in. But welcome back everybody, another Daily Disney Discussion. And today we're going to have a really good one because we're heading over to Epcot and we're going to talk Test Track. Melissa did a really good job yesterday. She picked out a winner for sure. And we're going to have fun with this one. I got some comments on this one. I'm sure you guys do too. First and foremost, let's talk a little bit of mousekeeping. Dean over at the Live Place at liveplace.com, family-friendly streams throughout the week. Be sure to check out Dean. He is the TV guy of live streams. We all know it, and he's pretty awesome. Also, our two partner channels, Steve's World and Disney Dan, and Dan's in here right now. Steve goes live on Mondays with Just Another Monday Night. Dan goes live on Saturdays with Disney Fiasco. And Thursdays, him and Gonzo do a show called Nuts About Disney, which this Thursday I will be their special guest on. So be sure to check them out. Thursday, I think, is 5 o'clock. Saturday is 7 o'clock. And, of course, Dan also does his Food Fridays, which are awesome. Other than that, for our members, we did just post a brand new video to our members. If you're a Bibbidi Bobbidi Bunch member or a Grinning Gang member, our first Around Town series video has posted. You'll find that on the community page. So be sure to go out and check that out. It's a really good video. Hope you guys like it. We went to City Walk. So check it out. Other than that, let's say hi to everybody in the chat. Eric Newman's in here. Eric, good to see you, buddy. James Ryan, one of our members, is here. James, good to see you, pal. Hope you're doing well. Another member, Russ Stapleton's in the house. Another member, the Philly crew, Ron and Meredith are here. Good to see you guys as well. Big Disney fan is here. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Got some great recommendations for dining planned for your stream. Limber up that wallet. There you go. Craig's Robotics, welcome in. Craig's Robotics, thanks for being here. I think this might be your first time, or I haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing well. Let's see. Melissa's here. There she is. She's in the other room. Disney Dan. There's Dan. Dan's in the house as well. James Garcia is here as well. James Garcia, good to see you, buddy. G. Wilson's in the house. G. Wilson, great to see you. Hope you're doing well. And you know what? I think we're up to date. Awesome. Okay, great. Well, again, thank you all for being here. I definitely appreciate it. Excuse me. Test Track. First off, it opened in March 17th, 1999, which I didn't realize it's over 20 years now that ride's been open, which is crazy. Absolutely crazy. And if I'm not mistaken, you guys can all remind me, it replaced Horizons, which I think was a very beloved ride, which we never got to see, Melissa and I. We never saw it, but that's what it replaced over there at that area over there in Future World. I gotta say this about Test Track. There's been two versions. We have the original version, which was the kind of like the crash test dummies think. You know, you go in, you're testing vehicles out, this, that, and the other. And then, of course, they have the new version, the version they have now, which is a little bit more, almost want to say Tron-ish. Not quite Tron, for sure, but kind of reminds me of Tron in a lot of ways. It's a little bit more interactive with the queue, which is really neat. Because with the queue now, you can go in and kind of build your own car, which I think is really, really cool. Oh, Dan, thank you for that, buddy. You didn't have to do that. Dan, with the £2 super chat, I think this fell out of your pocket. Here you go. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. That was very generous. Everybody, please thank Dan for that £2 super chat. Dan, I appreciate it, pal. That was very generous. Thanks, buddy. Thank you very much. You're very generous. World of Motion, that's what it was. I don't know why I said Horizons. World of Motion, that's what it replaced. Okay. But it's funny because we never saw World of Motion or Horizons, to be honest with you. We never saw either one because the first time we ever went to the parks was in 1998. And I think at that time, World of Motion was shut down to be replaced by Test Track. So we didn't see Test Track for the longest time. But of the two versions, now remember, let's go back for a second. Yeah, it's very fluorescent. Yes, it is. It really is. Hashtag fake Tron. You know what, Dan? In some ways, you're absolutely right. First and foremost, this is the fastest ride in all of Walt Disney World. It's the fastest for sure. I think they can get up there upwards of 65 miles an hour. Mario the Barber, welcome in. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for being here. Great to see you. It's just like Autopia. No, it's not like Autopia, James. It's a lot different. Test Track is a lot faster. I mean, you can get upwards of 65 miles an hour on this ride. You're testing vehicles. The new version and the old version, it's still ultimately the same thing. You're testing vehicles. But with the newer version, you can kind of build your own, and then you kind of go up against everybody in your car to see who made the better vehicle. You know, they'll look at power, they'll look at agility, they'll look at different, weather ability, all kinds of different things they're going to look at. Is weatherability a word? Weather resistant, those types of things. That's what they're going to look at with the new version. I got to admit, I like the old version better. Russ says, I wish they could keep the ride open. It seems to have a ton of issues. Yeah, I know, it does. It really, really does. Disney Nerd Herders, Charlie and Stacy are here. They say they love Test Track. It is a pretty cool ride. That dip as you go outside. Yes, really, really cool for sure. 64.9 miles an hour. I believe it. Very, very good. Very good ride for sure. The crash test dummies inspired me to be a stuntman. My dream was very short-lived. I agree with that. Sandy Pandy, welcome in. Sandy, hope you're doing well. Yes, it's a very exhilarating ride. I don't mind even the inside where you do the stopping and the starting and the turning and the things like that. I'm okay with it. I like the older version better because you had the heat and you had the cold. I don't know. It just seemed neater to me. The whole area in the queue, which we're going to get to in a second, with the new part of the queue, I think that's kind of unnecessary. I hate to say it. I mean, I get it. It's about interacting and making it, a little bit more fun. But to me, I think it's unnecessary. Craig's Robotics says 64.9. That's fast for electric motors that are transporting weight. All-wheel steering as well to minimize the tire wear. Yes, exactly. That being said, the queues for this ride, queue for Test Track, it's fine. It's cool. I actually do like the overhead music that they play for the Test Track queue. I think that's really cool. Looking at some of the concept cars were kind of neat too. I like that they do that in the very beginning. I like that. But the part where you go in and actually make your own vehicle, it's okay to me. I don't dislike it. I like it. But if they were to get rid of that part, I wouldn't lose sleep over it. Now, I don't know about you guys. Let me know what you think. What do you think of the queue for this ride? Do you like the queue? Do you not like the queue? Do you like the addition of adding in that element where you can build your own vehicle? Hi, buddy. Russ says, it seems like a long Chevy commercial now. I get the sponsorship thing, but I don't care for the theme. It could have a much better story. Agreed. Yeah, it definitely could. Charlie and Stacey say, well, the speedometer says 64.9, but who knows if that's the real speed. That's true, too. You don't know whether or not they're really, if they are or aren't. That I agree with you there, for sure. Ron and Meredith say, it's boring and looks like a car showroom. We single rider and bypass making the car. Yeah, us too, if we can. The only reason why we don't single ride is because Melissa doesn't want to single ride. She doesn't want to go by herself. And I get that. To be honest, I don't really want to go by myself either. I'd rather go with the family. Craig's Robotics says, electric servo motors are very precise. It's probably 64.9. Oh, okay, there you go. And see, I guess it depends, Charlie and Stacey. I get that too. A lot of people, when you look at them, they're loving it. They're loving making the car. They really, really are. Melissa says she doesn't care about this ride at all. She doesn't, to be honest with you. She's not into the herky-jerky. And then at the speed at the end, it's just not her thing. And now I gotta let the dog out. I'm sorry. Hold on, guys. Live stream. Sorry. He literally was let in just to cry to go back out. But the ride itself is a lot of fun. But it's a thrill ride. I think it is anyway. Dan says, I'd like to make the most non-eco-friendly car. Got it to -1 last August. Sarah gave me evil looks. James says, I always go on through single rider and don't dither with the car building devices that will probably be shuttered during the new normal. You know what? I didn't even think about that, James. That's a good point. You're right. That part of it will probably be, at least for the near future, discontinued when they do reopen Epcot. I agree 100%. Yep. Craig says the car ended up crashing through Mexico. I believe it. Next time, just tell me to come let him out. Oh, that's okay, Melissa. No big deal. G. Wilson says, my short attention span kicks in when I am in the queue. True. That's part of it as well. But that being said, it's a good ride. I really think this is a good ride. It's a people eater. You get tons of people for sure on this ride. And it is fun. It's not that it's not fun. I enjoyed this ride. I really do. It's kind of like Radiator Springs Racers in DCA. Yes, in some ways it absolutely is. I think Radiator Springs Racers is a little bit nicer. It's obviously themed better. I agree. I do agree though, James, for sure. Charlie and Stacey say making the car is a family competition with bragging rights. It's very serious stuff. I believe it. Nothing wrong with that. Big Disney fan says, I believe my cousin and I will really like it. I think you will too. It's a fun ride. It's loud and you're going fast. It's pretty neat for sure. I would love to go on this ride, but would I have enough room, leg room? Eric, yeah, no matter how tall you are, and I know you're a pretty tall guy, you're okay. You're okay. You're going to have leg room for sure. There's plenty of leg room. I mean, Steve got on it, and he's 6'3", and you might be bigger than 6'3", but I mean, he's pretty big at 6'3", and he has no problems. You're fine, for sure. Ross says, I learned the best way to get the best car is to completely ignore the looks and just focus on the numbers. It will look completely ridiculous, but always win against the other cars. I believe that. Disney Dan says, the problem with this ride is not only do they have the car drive on the wrong side of the road, but there is no steering wheel at all. What do people have against right-hand drive society? I don't know. That's how we drive, Dan. Oh my gosh, Chris Phantom Gazer's in the house. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. He says, I like the showroom after the ride. And then he says, oh, hi all. Good to see you, Chris. Hope you're doing well. Haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing good. I know you got the buttons because you said something. So I'm glad. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing good. But let's kind of talk about the ride now for a second. We'll talk wait times. Wait times are always big for this ride. Always long. 45 minutes and above all the time for this ride. Standby. So if you guys are there and you're riding it, what's your wait? Give me a number. How long are you going to wait for test track? Let's say single rider's down. You're not riding single rider. You're waiting with the family. How you riding? What's your wait time? What's your max for test track? I know for me, if I'm riding test track, and again, it sits six people, 3 and 3. 3 in the back, 3 in the front. So you can get a lot on. You can get a whole family on. I'm probably waiting 45 minutes for this. But not any more than that. And maybe not even 45. Because ultimately, Melissa's not going to go. And I'm already down 1. It may just be Mason and I. And I hate to make her wait that long. Because that's a long wait. Yep, surviving up here, weather finally getting better. Good, I'm glad to hear it. James Ryan says, I ride it for the exterior track and the speed, not for the queue for the tests inside. Agreed. Oh, I agree 100%. Agreed. Russ says, I do single rider every time. Fair enough. Craig's Robotics says he'll wait 40 minutes. Carlos, Disney World Freaks in the house. What's up, Carlos? Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. G. Wilson says 30 to 45 minutes. I get it. I get that. I don't want to wait more than 45 minutes for anything. I totally understand that, for sure. Craig's Robotics says 25 minutes if I had a few beers. James says, if single rider was down, I would only wait 20 minutes tops. Gotcha. Ron and Meredith says 30 to 45 minutes. Big Disney fan says 20 to 45 minutes, even when checking with the WDW app. Russ says if single rider is down, I skip it. I hate waiting in this queue. I get that. I do. I do get that. Carlos says, because Ethan loves it so much, I'll wait 60 minutes and I bypass the car building. Yep. Noah's in the house. What's up, Noah? Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, pal. Melissa says, you know I don't care. I go chill on a bench. That's true. And that's why we don't like to wait too long, for sure. Because I don't want her to have to wait. Everybody's saying hi. James is saying nothing longer than 40 minutes. Yep, I understand that. Dan says, I have not waited in line since the old version, either Fast Pass or single rider. Yep, agreed. We'll do it every once in a while. We'll wait in line, just to wait in line. Because sometimes I kind of forget what the queue looks like. So I kind of want to wait in the line just to see, what did they change in the queue? Has anything been changed, or what did I forget? Just for that. Noah says, I would wait for 35 minutes. Nothing wrong with that. Amy, AJC Magic TV is here. What's up, Amy? Good to see you. And Andrea Houston is here. And Andrea, we were just talking about you. We were literally just talking about you, Andrea. Another one of our members, by the way. And Andrea, if you could send me a direct message on either Instagram or Twitter or Facebook, whichever one you're following us or linked to us on, we'd appreciate it. Like if you have like a P.O. box or an address, if you're willing, we'd love to be able to send you out some goodies for being one of our members. So we definitely need, would like to send you something if you want. And if you don't want, just send us a message letting us know you don't, but we would love to. So Andrea, good to see you, another member. Good to see you, Andrea. Let's see here. Amy's saying hi. Everybody's saying hi. But, okay, so Fast Pass. I think I kind of got an idea. If you want, Andrea, again, not necessary. It's totally up to you. If you're not comfortable, we totally understand. We just always send out our members like postcards and buttons and stuff like that. But obviously, we need a place to send it. But if you don't want, we totally get it. You just let us know. Okay, so Fast Pass. Yes or no on Fast Pass? Let me know. Yes, you're going to use a Fast Pass. And let's go just first three. Forget tiers for a second. You got your first three at Epcot. Is Test Track going to be one of your first three Fast Passes? Let me know. Good. No, we definitely want to send it for sure. G. Wilson said, if I go to Epcot twice during a trip, I would get a Fast Pass on my second visit. Understood. I get that. I totally understand that. For me, I'm probably going to use a Fast Pass on Soarin'. I'm probably going to use a Fast Pass on Frozen. And I'm probably going to use a Fast Pass on Test Track. I think that's it. I'm not going to use one. Even though Spaceship Earth is my favorite ride there, you don't usually need a Fast Pass for that. So I don't use it on that. No Fast Pass, only single rider for James. Noah says he'd probably use a Fast Pass. Chris says, Walt won't stalk you. Andrea, I'm not sure about Melissa. Big Disney fan says, yes, they would use a Fast Pass. I think I would too. I'm probably going to use it because I'm not going to put it on. I'm not going to do Grand Fiesta. Living with the Land, although I really enjoy that ride, probably is not a Fast Pass for us either because the wait times there don't really run too high. The Seas with Nemo and Friends doesn't need it. And there's really not a ton of other rides at Epcot. Russ says, nope, only time I do a Fast Pass is if it's with a group. Yep, I get that too. Chris thinks I'm psycho. Fast Pass second time. Okay, gotcha. Carlos says, definitely a Fast Pass for Test Track. I don't like Frozen, so it would be just Test Track and Soarin'. Yep, I get that. I totally get that, for sure. My Disney Park Memories is in the house. Good to see you guys. Haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing good. Welcome back. Good to see you. They say here, on my 2000 trip, I crossed paths with the test dummy character after the ride. He wrote autographs upside down. That's kind of neat, actually. That's kind of cool. Chris says, if no tiers, then yes, Test Track is my second option behind Soarin'. Understood. I got that. So cool. Yeah, it is cool, actually. We use Fast Passes for this ride. Yep, absolutely. Charlie and Stacy said they would use them. Disney Dan says, Seas with Nemo is always a Fast Pass. I know better than that, Dan. That's not a Fast Pass for anybody. But it is a good ride. Don't get me wrong. I like the ride. I really do. I like it a lot, but I'm not going to use a fast pass on it. All right, let's see what else. All right, so I'm going to give, because we only got about 8 minutes, because I do want to go over a couple other things that are non-ride stuff, because there's some big things happening starting tomorrow at Disney Springs. I'm going to touch on it. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to touch on it. I'm going to wait for the 8 o'clock show. So we're going to keep going here. All right, so again, this definitely is probably a fast pass first 3 for sure. Russ says, I saved my fast passes for meeting the princesses. I was going to say, I don't think they're already in there to see. Disneyland says, the nerd herder said the only fast pass Disneyland uses in Epcot is for Via Napoli. That's true. Man, wouldn't that be... You know what? That would be really neat. Maybe they should have fast passes for restaurants. I guess that's called a reservation. My Disney Park memory says, I'm always watching but rarely chat. Oh, well, that's great. I'm glad you're here all the time. Andrea Houston says, I'm doing well, James. Hope you are too. Saying hi. Dan says, Le Cellier and every stall add food and wine. I think you mean kiosk. Stall. When I think stall, never mind. Sounds like a perfect use of fast passes for me. Yeah, I know. Exactly. Noah says, I remember when I built a car I ended up in first place. Wow, Noah, that's pretty cool. You know, I have never won on that ride building a car. As many times as we've done it, I think we've gotten second several times, but we've never, ever won. That's true too, Dan, but you can't mobile order at a sit-down restaurant. And you can't mobile order Via Napoli. You can't mobile order Le Cellier. I wish you could, though. That would be neat. Here we go. So overall, it's about that time. We're coming up. Rating time. Here we go. I want to hear from you guys too. Ratings on this ride. 8 out of 10. It still gets an 8 out of 10. Excuse me. I think it's a very good ride. It's a lot of fun. I think for the most part, unless it's a really, really scared child that doesn't like things really, really fast, or if it's a real little one, I think this ride is pretty much for the whole family. I think even the little, like a 6-year-old, a 7-year-old, absolutely. Even maybe even a 4 or 5-year-old, depending upon, I mean, you know your child, depending upon whether or not you think they can handle it. It could be pretty cool for sure. Let's see here. Dan is saying, oh, I can mobile order while sitting in a restaurant, doubling up. I know, wouldn't that be neat? Melissa says, love mobile ordering. I go on the app and pretend to order food so I can see pics of the food. I hate that you can't do that now. I know. So Chris gives it an 8. G. Wilson gives it a 9. Dan gives it a 9 out of 10. Noah gives it a 10 out of 10. James gives it a 7 out of 10. Big Disney fan gives it a 20 out of 10. Wow. Disney Nerd Herder Charlie Stacy says, it's a 10. 10 for us. Melissa gives it a 7. Russ gives it a 7. Dan says, the problem is Test Track is not near a food location. That's true. Well, they have Taste Track. It's not quite the same, but they do have Taste Track. Andrew Houston gives it a 10 as well. So for the most part, this ride is getting, and to be honest with you, is getting a deservedly high score. It should get a high score. It's a good ride. Again, it eats up people. Tons of people in that line. It's got thrills to it. It's got fun to it. It's very interactive. It lets you do things in there. The queue's not horrible. I don't mind it. James says he likes racing, so he'll give it a 10. I think overall it's a pretty good ride. I think this ride also will be there for a while. I really, really do. Russ says it will be if the Space 2020 opens. Still not mobile though. Yeah, I know. Ron Meredith said 8. It really messes up my hair. That's true. It's funny you said that about the mobile ordering in Space 2020, Russ, because I don't know when Space 2020 is going to open now, or Space 220, whatever they call it. That's going to be a while, because you know they haven't been working on that at all. So it looks like everybody pretty much agrees that we're looking at anywhere from a 7 to a 10. Chris says, I need this phone to do my Marley spoon recipe. Talk to you at 8. Oh, great. Yeah, we'll definitely see you at 8, Chris. We're talking tonight at 8. And speaking of which, we're going to go over that in just a second. Dan says, if you count Taste Track as a food location, then the Cucumber at the behind-the-scenes store in the Land Pavilion is one, too. Big Noah. He says, that's a good point, Russ. I think Space 220 will hear disturbing sound from test track. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think the walls will be soundproof. Obviously, I'm sure they took that into account. I really don't think they will. I always have a picture with hair over my face. I believe it. Maybe they'll just say it's rocket noises. They might, but I'll be honest with you, Noah and Russ. I personally think they're putting in soundproof walls. I really do. That's just my opinion, but that's what I think they're gonna do. So there you go, guys. Test track is in the book. Let's go ahead and draw for tomorrow. Yep, it's back to me drawing. Sorry, guys. Oh, I dropped it. Hold on. All right, we're going with this one. Oh, we got a good one tomorrow. I don't know if many of you can even rate on this one. The railway. Runaway railway. Can you believe that? We were just talking about that yesterday. Melissa said, did you put it in there? Like, yes, I did. And there it is. So tomorrow, we're talking Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. That is going to be fun. We've ridden it. We can give a legitimate score on this one. We can definitely talk about it. Going with Magic Kingdom? No, it's actually Runaway Railway. We're going back over to Hollywood Studios. It's going to be fun. It's going to be great. Yep, Melissa broke the curse for sure. A few things before you guys head out. First off, thank you for being here. I hope you guys enjoy this daily Disney discussion. We have a good time with it. We definitely do. And I hope you guys do too. This is a lot of fun. It's a half an hour show, so we're not going to get into too much, but it's definitely fun. Wish I got here earlier. Oh, Andrea, we're here every day, at least for a while. 100 out of 10, Russ says. Well, we're going to talk about that tomorrow. But again, tonight, right after me at 6:30 in about a minute, Zippity Doodad goes live. Be sure to check Patrick out. I think he's got a special guest tonight. It's never been on a live stream. Be sure to check him out. 7:30 is, of course, Jim More Sunshine Please. We're back at 8. We're going to talk about the pros and cons of staying on and off property at Walt Disney World. We're also going to go over some Disney news, big Disney news. We're going to discuss that. If you are a member of our channel, if you're one of our Bibbidi Bobbidi Bunch or our Grim Grinning Gang, we did post a new video in our Around Town series, our premiere video. Be sure to check that out. Other than that, thank you again to Dan for that extremely generous super chat earlier, buddy. I appreciate it very much. You're the best. The railroad at Magic Kingdom. Yeah, I wish. That would be great. I wish that was back up. Talking about that. No, Runaway Railway. Yeah, right. Very few have ridden it. But other than that, guys, tomorrow is Wednesday. You've got the not quite ready for prime time with the Disney Nerd Herders. D&G Explorers at 8. 9 o'clock is Disney Nat. Thursday, you have Ron and Meredith for the Philly crew at 9. So we got tons of people coming up. Got a lot going on, and we're going to talk about it tonight at 8 o'clock. So please come back at 8 o'clock. We'd love to see you guys there. Go check out our latest video that we have for everybody. We posted. We went on a trip down to the beach, kind of. It's kind of a epic fail. But other than that, guys, thank you all very much. Nothing can stop us now. I'll be singing that all day now. Take care of yourselves and each other, guys. We'll talk to you all in about an hour and a half. Until then, we'll see you tonight. Bye, everybody.